6 years later, this homestead is still incomplete. I still have more than 100 fence posts to install. I need thousands of dollars in additional fencing materials. The truck needs work. The greenhouse needs work. The ponds need work. The animals need work. There's always something left to do. The thing I've learned is that if I'm not careful, I can start measuring my life by what's unfinished. Oh, that's But then I go back and look at where this all started. This was raw land. There was no cabin, no greenhouse, no shop, no fence, no rainwater harvesting system, no water tower, no ponds, no gardens, no animals, no books, no educational resources, no business. None of it existed. In fact, that's why I built all the free resources that are on my website. Everything I'm standing in today was once a future project. Just like most things in my life, sometimes I drift. I think we all do. I start focusing on the next project, the next problem, the next expense, the next thing that needs to be fixed. And then I forget to look around. I forget that today's problems were yesterday's goals. The fence isn't finished, but there is a fence. The garden isn't finished, but there is a garden. The homestead isn't complete, but there is a homestead.
No, hey. You okay? Hey, buddy.
When I decided to build the cabin here, it nearly felt impossible. But the cabin's built. Setting up this alternative septic system, or Pell Privy, this seemed pretty impossible. But it's complete. I came out here to check on the porcupine, hoping he's moving off, but he's still just sitting there taking a nap on the tree. Isn't that kind of funny? He's just propped over the branch, one leg over it. I don't think he'll be a problem. I think he'll just make his way out when he's ready. Probably he might stay all the way until the sun starts to set, so we'll just keep the horses and the dogs away for now. Good girl. So these horses were feral when I got them. And training them up so that I could halter them and trim their hooves, that absolutely seemed impossible. But they're trained up pretty good now. Especially for someone who'd never trained a horse before. So, you see, I've just gotten Ginger used to. She'll take the weight off of a hoof. Let me put it up here. And I used to just tap on them and whatnot. And now, I can trim them up pretty good. Good girl. She'll let me lead her around pretty well. I've only haltered the baby one time twice. And then I just kind of let her have a break, you know. She's maybe a couple months old now, so I didn't halter Ginger until she was 6 months old. Sometimes I can just get a little bit off right where it's at. So there's no point in lifting it up. Give her a little praise for that, huh? Good girl. Then we can lift her up a little bit. There we go. I hope you guys can see getting the file on Ginger Snap's hooves. Get her used to it. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. Oh. Pretty good. I'm not saying that you should ignore problems. I'm not saying you should stop improving your life. What I'm saying is that perspective matters. The story you tell others. Hold on. If you only focus on what's missing, life can feel like one endless list of unfinished projects. But if you occasionally stop and look back, you'll often find you've already built more than you realize. 6 years later, my homestead is still incomplete. And that's okay. Maybe it will never be finished. And to be honest, that's actually one of the benefits. I enjoy the work. Because the goal was never to finish. The goal was to build a life that I enjoy. And year by year, well, that's kind of what's happening. And when this fence is complete, I'll probably start another project.